Hey there guys, show you a little experiment that I'm doing right now. This is my first attempt at a planted aquarium. As you can see, most of it is basically homemade. The stand I made it myself, even though it's all crooked. It was done in like a fly, in a hurry. But you know, it's kept it in balance and it's kept it upright for well over 6 years, so I'm not gonna complain too much about that. As you can see, it got some HC Cuba in the front and some Akadama substrate, usually used in like certain types of bonsais. I got some Amazon swords at the back, and I really don't know what the name of these are in English, but in Spanish they call them cabomba. So I bought two bundles and I separated the stems and I planted them in the substrate. The rocks, I got them from a nearby river. And yeah, I got an Anubia over here that's been with me for God knows how long. It's seen better days. Actually, it's having a comeback because basically it was all like that leaf right there, and I managed to keep it alive long enough to get the CO2 and the good substrate and the other fertilizers in. Yeah, so as you can see, I got CO2 running back there. It's not the most efficient or the most fine bubbles I've seen, but it'll do for now. I got a CO2 measure in the back indicator to let me know if I have too much or too little. This little circle right here. All the instructions for this were like in Chinese, so I had to basically guess. So I'm guessing yellow is too much, blue is too little, and I just blew. Okay, so let's start this again. Actually, there was too much pressure. It's making way too much CO2. I tried to clamp them down with a couple of these to regulate how much CO2 is going to go into the system, but apparently it's too much. The big one actually blew out from the other bottle, and I had to put it back together and clean up the whole mess. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably have too much CO2 in the system, but in other cases, then I'll just have to reduce the amount next time or leave more headroom. Because I saw in a video that they said to keep it like 2 inches from the top. So to fill up the entire bottle of water all the way up to the top, almost to the top, like 2 inches from the top, so that it will have more volume for it to develop a good colony of yeast. But apparently it's too little of a space, and it ended up having too much pressure and it just blew off. Well, that's one of the things that I wanted to tell you guys, talk to you guys about the CO2, homemade CO2 systems. I've seen a couple of people who leave it further down, like this, or to the first like rim, and it works fine. But to me, I thought it was too little space, and it actually did what I was expecting it to do. I was thinking it was too little of a space, and it was making too much pressure, and it ended up blowing off from the pressure bottom over here, the separator. Well, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted if you're interested. This is my fish tank. I'll see if I can get the HC Cuba to spread out. I want it to carpet. It's been kind of dying out for some reason. It's not iron deficiency because I've actually added iron to it from the very first start. I've read that they tend to die out a little when they're first introduced into the fish tank. I'm hoping that that's the case here. That they were brought directly from the nursery and then into the planted aquariums. So I'm hoping that it will carpet all the way from the back. Everything that you see, that it's not covered in some type of plant, that it will be all covered all the way through the front and into the back, and then the cabomba would just go all the way to the top, if preferably, because they actually flower once they reach the surface. So let's see what happens. Hope to keep you guys posted. Okay, that'll be all.